Oh wow, there might be some drama brewing in Maranello, and Lewis Hamilton was definitely not happy during the Miami Grand Prix.
Have a tea break while you're at it. Come on.
Hi, my name is Michał and this is another video from the world of Formula 1. Obviously, Oscar Piastri's third victory in the row and Lando Norris finishing second makes it kind of obvious that this year's McLaren is in another league, and we are probably for papaya dominance in 2025, especially that the gap between McLaren drivers and George Russell, who was third, was huge, over 30 seconds. And at first I was thinking that maybe that virtual safety car gave them that, but no, George Russell also took advantage, so yeah, they are going to absolutely dominate this season. But obviously, it is also great to see that there's going to be some battle between Norris and Piastri, because even though Lando was starting in P2 and Oscar P4, he still managed to take all the opportunities and score the victory at the end. So that's awesome to see, especially if you're an Oscar fan. He definitely has the winner's mentality. Lando Norris is a bit inconsistent most of the races this season, and always has to fight back for the positions lost at some point before, and it was the same this time. So if nothing changes, that's going to be probably the final result. But fingers crossed for some battles. George Russell was there again, and again got the podium. He was lucky with the virtual safety car, of course, but he's always there when stuff happens and takes the advantage this season. Lucky for him. Not lucky, on the other hand, for his teammate Kimi Antonelli, who started P3 but finished P6. He lost positions at the start and in general was unlucky and kind of disappeared during this race. Still the best rookie on the grid so far. Of course he has the best car out of them, but at least he takes the advantage and scores the points regularly. But wow, Williams this race was great. They fought for great points. Alex Albon finished 5th and Carlos Sainz 9th after some battles. There might be the tension growing up there in turn, because there was this one point in the race that Alex Albon passed Carlos Sainz, it seems against the team orders. So it seems that he might want to show his dominance in the team, that he's the #1 driver. And he worked for that for a couple of years now, so there's no surprise. But at the end he turned that into great points, so that was probably better for the team. Max Verstappen didn't have the pace and wasn't lucky. I think he would score the podium if he was as lucky as George Russell with the safety car, the virtual one of course. But otherwise he squeezed as much as he could probably out of his car today. His defense against Oscar Piastri was awesome to see, and also later with the battles with Lando were also great. But the McLaren today was the fastest and Max got the most of what he could have. Yuki Tsunoda might be breaking Red Bull's second seat curse. He scored a single point today. It was a very close battle with Isaac Hadjar, and it was close because Yuki got a 5-second penalty for the speeding in the pit lane, and at the end Isaac Hadjar was not able to catch him, and after applying the penalty was just 1/10 on the second. But it's great to see Yuki finding his pace in Red Bull. I bet by the end of the season he will be much closer to Max. I'm a bit worried about Liam Lawson though. During the sprint race he obviously got a penalty and almost scored a point, but with the penalty he was out of the points after crashing out with Alonso and causing that crash. And today he crashed again at the beginning of the race with Tuhan, but it seems that the pressure might be getting to him too much, and I wouldn't be surprised, knowing Red Bull, that he's replaced mid-season. Oh man, but Ferrari. We got good old Ferrari strategy. Obviously their car is not so fast. I'm still, every race basically, I can't believe what they did with their car, that they built a new one while their old one was working last season, and especially that this is the last year of these regulations. On one hand, I can understand that they wanted to build something special for their partnership with Lewis Hamilton, but the result is that they made this year miserable for both Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. This race they finished P7 and P8. They had battles, but yeah, they were doing all this weird stuff with the strategy. They gave Lewis Hamilton different tires. He had medium tires and was stuck at some point behind Charles Leclerc, and his tires were basically dying because Leclerc was on the hard ones. and he had to demand that they do the swap. They did the swap, but it might have been too late because they waited a couple of laps. Then Charles was stuck behind Lewis because Lewis was not able to make the gap big enough, and Leclerc was suffering from the dirty air as well. But at the end they made another swap, and I think Lewis was not happy, and we got this weird radio messages again between Lewis and his engineer. There was also this one regarding Carlos Sainz, and Lewis was obviously snarky and asked if he's supposed to let Carlos Sainz through. But I don't know, but there might be some drama going on in the Ferrari between Lewis and his engineer. They have these ups and downs on the radio. Obviously some of that might be engineered by the TV broadcasting, and obviously there were examples that was the case with Ferrari. And at the end the strategy was not the greatest again. It seems that like Fred Vasseur was able to switch things around last season a bit, but this season is back to the old story and the strategy is not working again. I don't know what happened. But Ferrari fans, it seems, will be for a very miserable season this year. One more thing that I will be closely looking into this year are the engines, because it seems that Ferrari engines might be getting some issues. Oli Berman's DNF today was because his power unit died, but also Gabriel Bortoleto had engine issues and also retired, so 2 Ferrari engines failed this race. And there are already rumors that there might be something not so great with their next year's engine, because together with Red Bull they tried to push some changes in the regulations for the engines. But that's definitely the news that was going around last week, I think. So we might be for another Mercedes domination, because I think McLaren was also like shopping for the engines for the next era, and I think Zak Brown was going around factories and was thinking about Red Bull and maybe Ferrari. I don't think Ferrari, but he was definitely checking Red Bull engines and from their powertrains with Ford. But he at the end decided for Mercedes, and they have a story. They've built already a beast of an engine once, so I think there's a chance that they might have repeated, and there will be another Mercedes dominance starting next year. It might be McLaren as well, because they will have the same engine. But who knows? There will be Honda, there will be Audi as well, so who knows? Let's see. I'm actually very excited for next season, so because of the obvious order shuffle up, but this is another layer. But coming back to Miami, it was a great race, a lot of overtakes, a lot of shifts. I would love to see more races like that this season. I also loved the Lego car parade. That was awesome. So I'm actually quite happy that this Grand Prix was extended to 2041, and we will have many more races in Miami. Let me know what you liked the most about this race, and please subscribe to my channel. Now I'm also trying to do once a day a short video with Formula 1 news, so I hope you like that as well. And testing different kinds of videos, so if you subscribe, let me know which ones you liked the most. Thank you very much for watching, my name is Michał, that was fast, and see you in the next one.